A huge thank you to the EA's Creator Network for making this video possible. Guys, please keep in mind that this is FIFA 23 beta content. That means such things as gameplay, assets, and ratings of the players that you might see in this video are not final, and they might differ in FIFA 23. So keep that in mind and enjoy the video.
Today's the day!
Today is the day. It has finally come. I've been working towards this entire time. FIFA 23 is here on the channel. I have recorded so much content for you guys you don't even know. So make sure to subscribe. Let's push on to 500k and let me show you 10 new things that I have discovered in FIFA 23 career mode and show them to you in a proper way. Let's start off with number 1, and these are in no particular order. I don't say that the first thing that I show is the worst and last is the best. These are just 10 things that you need to know about. But first of all, it is the option to play as a real manager. This is something that a lot of people have been wanting to do. This was only possible through mods on PC so far, but now, as you guys can see, you can actually go ahead and pick a Steven Gerrard, for example.
Yeah, of course.
Then go down to advanced or even change his outfit. But I'm going to advance right here. And what you can do is you can change the team. Originally, as soon as you choose Stevie G, that obviously puts you into a position where you can use Aston Villa because that's his team in real life. But what we want to do right here is go ahead and put Stevie G into the team he belongs into, and that is Liverpool. So that is how you can go ahead and choose whatever you want to do with any manager you can find in the game that has a face and all that. Their model will be on the sidelines. I am about to sign Kevin De Bruyne for Liverpool right now. That's not what's new, which even though I would love that to happen, it's never going to happen. He is going ahead and signing with the club. He was valued at 90 million. I paid 128 million for KDB. And a new thing that we have now in FIFA 23 career mode is that the transfer will be rated. But that is another thing that is new. At first, you will get to see the whole new thing. When it comes to FIFA 23, you now have new cutscenes. When players sign for the club, your coach comes in, Alisson comes in and says hi to him. He steps onto the, what's it called?
Shut up!
I don't even know what that thing is called, but Van Dijk and Alisson are looking at KDB. Van Dijk and KDB actually have their kids in like going to the same school or something like that. They are like actually friends. So that's a new fun fact for you. But this is the second thing I wanted to show you guys. KDB signs for Liverpool and you get these beautiful, beautiful cutscenes where he wears the kit and all these new things. They are interchangeable, by the way. They are not the same always. So keep that in mind. When you sign a world-class player, they tend to be different than when you sign a regular player from anywhere. But this is the third thing that I want to show you guys, and that is that your negotiations now get rated. And any player you buy, you get a ratings reveal there as well. It's a new star player, so I would consider this a third new thing, which is the price point. The negotiations being rated by your club. If you constantly are like badly rated, I am fully assuming that this will have an impact on your job security. So keep that in mind when you do play FIFA 23 career mode. Here's the fifth thing I want to talk about to you guys right now, and that is the new playable highlights feature. This is life-changing.
Life-changing.
I at first wasn't convinced with this being a massive feature being brought into career mode, but guys, I've played through an entire career mode already. It is coming onto this channel, so be aware. The Liverpool career mode is coming. It's not this one right here that I'm playing. No worries. It will be different. But we are going to be playing either attacks only or the highlights of the entire game, which involve the defensive and the offensive actions. So let's go ahead and jump into this game right here as the fifth thing that I want to show you and show exactly how this works. So I want to play the attacks only because it's only a friendly match. I don't take it that serious. All right, then let's get involved. So the game starts as usual, right? That's totally fine. But then you have no control. You realize it. Then it switches over to this. It says third minute crossing opportunity for Liverpool. Now, obviously, you do not have to cross it just because it says crossing opportunity. Ideally, what you want to do is get into the attacking position, whip it into Salah, hit it on the bicycle kick, and that's how it goes. Back to back to back. You get multiple chances right here as we have the likes of Thiago whipping it in to Darwin Núñez. yes, those are playable highlights. If you play attack only, you will only get to play these moments where your team is trying to score. But when it goes from one scene to the other, it could easily happen that your team will have conceded, and that puts pressure on you. So now, another new thing for you guys, and it is career mode related as well. It is the penalty kicks. That circle, you have to hit it when it's small and green, and then you can aim wherever you like. This affects not only career mode, but gameplay in general, and I absolutely love it. I will say though, I think the circle is going to be sped up, so be aware. And you can see right there, it's 2-1. You can concede. The pressure will be on if you keep missing chances. Playing attacks only is a dangerous game. Talking about dangerous game, love it, baby. Oh god, I'm awful. When it comes to massive games such as cup finals, you will get new cutscenes in and around the stadium, as you can see right here, as we step into the Community Shield final that will be played at Wembley. And that is something you can really look forward to. It actually does help with the build up to the game. So I personally really enjoy the fact that there are more things going on now in terms of cutscenes being added into career mode. And I have seen a lot more added in different occasions, especially Champions League games, for example. I do think you get a lot more cutscenes than just that. When you win a trophy, as we have done just now, you get new cutscenes for the celebrations as well, which we didn't have before. The old ones have gotten really old, so I'm really happy to see that new cutscenes have been added in for trophy celebrations, and we will get to see them right here, right now. In terms of the Community Shield, we get different angles, different zooms, like this guy's forehead, which is a great feature. Well done, EA. But nonetheless, guys, I have already gone ahead and won the Champions League trophy, for example, in a test career mode I've run. And I can tell you that the cutscenes definitely are very, very much different, and it gives a different vibe, which I appreciate. It's the small things that you have to appreciate when it comes to stuff like this. But for me, the difference here is like the visual side of things. Normally, I would skip past this immediately, and I do really hope that we get some different scenes here as well as we go away with the players to win, to celebrate with the fans. Looks like today is not the day, huh? Oh, there we go. Look, we get different scenes, like the build up to it and all these things. You can see some of the players specifically from very close up as well. There, this cutscene, I don't think we ever had that one before. There's a bunch of things that you will notice here and there. And what I really like is that things don't always repeat with these cutscenes. I have seen slight nuances here and there that did look different in different cases. So just a heads up, might not be too important to too many people, but I do really like it. Now onto the entire new layout of the FIFA 23 career mode menus. You have something you can scroll through at the bottom and the one at the top. In central, you will find the advanced button to get to the next game. In standings, you can go into it, which I actually really like the standings one personally, because it always shows you whatever game you go into next. For us, for example, it's the Premier League matchup. It shows you the Premier League table so that you kind of understand where you are situated in the league table immediately, to kind of tell what's happening above you, below you, all those good things. And once you go into it, it's the simple thing that we used to have in FIFA 22 as well. You press the triangle button, and then you can go ahead and take a look at, for example, the FA Cup standings and all those things, which is a very nice thing to have. Then in terms of the weekly schedule, you can go onto this and then press the square button to go to the actual calendar. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I really struggled to find this one at first. For me, what I always used to do, instead of going in here and pressing square, I would always go to the office and then go into the calendar down here. So that's one thing to really, really keep in mind when it comes to the new layout. Moving on from that, we have the objectives right here, which you can go into and check out the objectives. The layout has not necessarily changed here. I haven't really seen any new objectives yet. I am yet to discover them, but if you guys do find them on FIFA 23 once you have been involved in it, let me know. Going over to news section again, once you get over it, you can go with the right analog stick and just scroll through the news if you want to. Moving over to the squad section, this one, you have the team management, then you have the team sheets. Once you have come up with a secondary or third team sheet, when you are on team management, you can actually flick the right stick and then move on to the next one. In the squad hub, on this main screen right here, first of all, in the squad hub, you can immediately see oh my god, can you please go on to it? You can immediately see how many forwards you have, how many midfielders, defenders, goalkeepers, total squad wages as well are included on this screen, as you guys can tell. And then the development plans of certain players. For example, KDB. If you press the triangle button from this screen straight away, it will take you to KDB, his development plan. This one was probably highlighted because he's a new transfer and we haven't put anything on him. So that way you can actually go ahead and change things there as well. So this point specifically that I'm bringing up for the video is a very big one. Youth Academy wise, it is very nice to see these things straight away on screen without having to necessarily go into it. If you have 3 or 4 Youth Academy players that you're keeping in your club that you really want to go ahead and utilize in the future, this is a good way of taking a look at these players immediately rather than having to jump into it and look at each player individually. Once again, it's a nice way of portraying their stats. And once again, you can press the triangle button on the screen to get to their development plans. Transfer Hub is a little bit different. It has changed in terms of how it looks once again. You can press square here to put other instructions onto your scouts. You can scroll through these options. You can look at any position. These are the specific scouts. This one, for example, has been sent out to look for central midfielders. And as you can clearly see, we can see their ratings. We can see the team that they play for. All these good things are straight away on your screen. Then again, I highly doubt too many people use this because most people nowadays just hop on FIFA and look for the player they want. When you go into scouts, once again, you can take a look at your scouts. This one, for example, Benjamin Greenwood, judgment 5-star, 5-star. It shows me that this guy is very much capable of finding some of the best players out there. Moving on from him, you can see the next scout. So this is a very good way of seeing your scouts immediately and being aware what you can utilize, who is already sent out, who is not necessarily scouting at the moment. This one, you can see it says area scouting England. And then when you move on to these lads, they don't have anything to do right now. So we could jump in there and change things up. When you do want to search players, it's the same thing. Nothing has changed in there. Moving on from that, we have the Transfer Hub, which obviously is a very, very important thing for any manager on career mode. You can see player negotiation needs reply. That one, we have the latest incoming offer. You can press triangle and straight away it takes you to the deal that came in for Andrew Robertson. I'm going to press triangle again because Andrew Robertson is not going anywhere. But having said all that, by the way, before we move on past the transfer section, if you are on any of these screens right here, if you want to get to your messages, I personally struggled with this at first as well. But if I move my camera, you will be able to tell that there is a button at the top right above Stevie G's head right now. It says press R3. So the right analog stick, when you press it in, it takes you to your messages. So that is the way now to find your messages. Just a heads up to you guys. Obviously, you can still have the setting where if you advance in terms of days, if a message comes in, it stops and takes you to the messages immediately. That function is still there. It is not gone. So don't you worry. You will not miss out on transfer offers if you simulate through the advanced function rather than the calendar. But moving on from that now, in the office, something has changed. Obviously, the visuals here once again have been peppered up a little bit. But for me, I have struggled to find one thing, and that is adjusting the budget. So I don't know if EA have messed up here or I am just too stupid to find this. But if you go on to overview, you can see the usual stuff, transactions, you can see shirt sales, player sales, and all these good things. But once you go into the budget, this screen is completely new. So you can look at initial budget. You can single that one out. You can choose prize money. As you can see, that's just the top there. Ticket sales in August have seemingly been all right. Budget change minus 80%, as it says at the bottom. Wage increases have been quite big. Bought player for 130 million. That obviously was massive and nearly took out the entire initial budget. But again, as I said before, I don't know how you can balance the budget. How do I take money from the wage budget into the transfer budget? I haven't found that yet. So that's one thing that they might have changed, or I'm just too stupid to find it. Let me know if you guys have seen any buttons there that I could have pressed. But yeah, again, finances is quite clear. Calendar, again, here you can press go to weekly schedule if anyone wants to use that, and change training sessions. That is still available. My career hasn't necessarily changed at all. It's still the same thing. Moving over to the browse jobs, that's also the same thing. Player stats, this is where you can find now how many goals someone has scored in the Champions League, in the Premier League. Those stats will be here. So in case you are searching for them, this is the spot for them to be. It is not in standings. Keep that in mind, because I've looked and I didn't find it, so I found it here. It is here. Team stats are available here as well. And the good thing is you can also still check how teams are doing in other leagues. And in customize, you will find edit manager, player, settings, save game, which is nice, by the way, being able to edit the manager throughout the entire season, giving him a different look. I really do like that. So that was the customization, or the changes when it comes to the career mode menu. One thing I want to showcase to you guys is the playable highlights when it comes down to playing one player only. The player career mode, which is going to be very, very popular with this new function. I think it's an incredible function. So you go into this, you choose whoever you want to use. Obviously, for me, it is going to be Haaland. So we're going to advance right here, and straight away, we want to start our career with Erling Braut Haaland. So when you are in your player career mode, you can jump into the matches yourself and decide, do I want to play the full game as Haaland only? Do I want to play the full game as the entire team and try and pass the ball into Haaland to score? Or do I want to play the highlights of the team itself, where anything is possible, defensive and offensive? Or do you only want to play as Haaland? And this is something that I think most people will be utilizing, especially for attacking my player career modes, or even midfielders as well. This is where player career mode is now different. In my personal opinion, this changes everything, because a lot of people don't want to play the 90 minutes. They get bored. They want to go through career mode a little bit quicker. And this is a really good way of doing it. Sorry if you're coughing. I've been recording for, I don't know, 24 hours in the last 48 hours. So sorry about that. If my voice sounds bad, I'm sorry. But here we go. So I want to go ahead and score a goal right here. Score at least one goal. The game starts just like the other one. And then when you do have a playable highlight, it's just you when you attack. So you, again, don't have control over the full team. In this case, I will try my best to make a darting run right here. Ask for the ball to be played into me. Not get it. Actually, I did get it. And I did score. And that is how you do it. Now, again, keep in mind, when this goes through, when you play the highlights as your player only, you do not have any impact on the defensive duties of your team. So when the next scene comes, it could be 2-1 for your opponent, even though you just scored a goal. Again, that makes career mode so much more interesting and dramatic. I can tell you that much right now. You will love it. I genuinely think the entire career mode community is going to be loving that function specifically. Here's the new thing for player career mode. It's personality. Now, again, there are different things as well when it comes to player career mode that you can do. You have decisions to make, high match performance, birthday preparation, expires in certain amount of days. This will be explained to you guys in a much more detailed video later on at some point, hopefully. But you can go shopping, you can pick up things, you can buy handmade shirts and silk ties. I don't know why you would need that, but whatever you do, whatever you buy, whatever you invest into, whatever decision you make, it comes in with these points. If you buy, let's say you order a suit from the top designer, it gives you 50 Maverick points. Let me put myself into the bottom right corner for this one specifically, because above me, right there where it says Haaland, you guys can see that he has currently 1.1 million in his wallet. So depending on how much money you have in that wallet, you can go ahead and purchase anything you want, basically. So right here, I buy that activity, it gives me 50 Maverick points. I can then move on to this one, get that one as well, gets me another 50 Maverick points. So I can just keep on picking up these Maverick points because I want to be a Maverick. I don't want to be I don't want to be getting the heartbeat points. I want to be that guy that really just is self-centered, I guess. So we are going to be choosing these, and you can see the impact of this immediately when you go back straight away into My Pro and you go into personality. Right here you can see personality overview, Maverick 203 points, Virtuoso only 9, and then 11 on the heartbeat. So when going in here, you can see exactly what has changed with the things that you have purchased, invested into, all those types of things. And I do think this is going to be quite interesting for a lot of people. You can tell what stats are being upgraded if I am a Maverick. Penalties, free kick accuracy, dribbling, attack positioning, acceleration, sprint speed, finishing. All those things are improving as we go along. Or if I want to go ahead and improve heartbeat, it will help me out in volleys, vision, reactions, ball control, short passing, crossing, long shots. You have to consider all of these things when you play player career mode now. There are a lot more things that I personally don't even understand yet. Now, those things will probably be explained to you in a way better way by someone else. But I, for now, wanted to show you guys what you can look forward to in FIFA 23 when it comes to player career mode. In the menus, things have massively changed. And then the playable highlights just make it so much more fun as well. So huge shout out to EA for finally coming up with big improvements to player career mode. It is definitely something I'm very much looking forward to. But guys, those are the 10 things that I wanted to showcase to you today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. FIFA 23 content is here and it's here to stay. Make sure to subscribe and I will catch you next time. Take care and peace.